live, going live, going live. Okay, it says it's live.
Now we just patiently await.
Now we just hang out, yeah. Also, I'll just tell you this while we're on live Hangout. I set up the Google Hangout this time on one of our like sub accounts so that no one who's in our Google Hangout circles can see it if they're not Patreons.
Google
And
is too confusing.
yeah, it's super confusing. And the video will go to our YouTube channel. It will go to this like weird sub channel that we never use.
Oh, good, great.
Yeah, so I'm trying it out for size. Came in like a wrecking.
Where is everyone? Say stuff.
Well, Danielle, why don't you tell me what you did today?
I picked up my friend Nate from the airport, and then
Hi, Nate.
and then I brought him to my house and made Julia cook us food.
What was the cooking?
She does this thing. She bought pitas, and we have this like cabbage, Brussels sprout, kale mix, and then broccoli, and she chops the broccoli really, really tiny, and then she like sautés all those vegetables together and grates fresh carrots and puts avocado and hummus and carrots in the pita and then the saute, and then we put a little bit of salsa on it and sometimes bacon bits.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty much the most delicious.
Danielle, I have a new recipe.
Okay.
Okay, you like beets, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you take beets and you take carrots and you slice the carrots really thin and you slice the beets and then you toast walnuts and you put it together. And then if you're feeling really fancy, you can add pomegranate seeds. And then there's this dressing that is like a red wine vinegar dressing, and it's the most delicious thing. You could also add scallions if you're into that kind of thing.
Wow. Wait, yeah. So is there a leaf involved, or is it just like a beet carrot salad?
It's a beet carrot salad.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay. Look,
hey, Brian. Hey, Tess.
We have a new Patreon.
Just this minute?
Yeah, Hannah Rose.
Okay, I'll get Hannah Rose the link.
Cool.
I'll get right on that, Rose.
I wish that... Oh my God. I just clicked the chat. Does that mean everyone can chat or just me?
I don't know. I think that you and I can chat. Because your video is here, but I think everyone else can just do
Can't everyone have a video?
We could do that. We could have done that. I can't really figure out that organizationally at this moment, but we could do it. Yeah, when we do these, because it's for such a small group, we totally could do that. We have 10 people who are watching, it says. Hold on, I gotta get the link. Where's the link?
You have so much more information than I do.
Okay, tell people how the Q&A app works.
Okay, so if you go over to, I don't know if you have to click it on the left or if it's just there because we've already clicked it on the left, but it's the Q&A app, and if you click it, you can ask us questions. But also we use it for just chatting and talking, so if you just have comments, that's cool too. Because there isn't any other way to comment, so that we can figure out.
Yeah. Hey, Suze. Hey, Sonia. I'm going to delete the hellos as I see them so that we can keep it.
That's what's different is that usually we're together, and so either one of us can like delete things or...
Exactly.
I can't see anything. I get it now. Just got an email from Bride Blast. I don't know what it is, but I assume it's your fault.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be. I mean, you just went to go pick out wedding dresses with your best friends, so maybe she's to blame. Yeah, CB, Concordia Conference. The Concordia Conference. Hey, Amy.
Is Concordia in, what was the name of the school in Montreal?
That's the school in Montreal. Do you mean, Yazi, do you mean our book event in Montreal, or did we go to another Concordia? I just made sure that Trey was in grabbing range.
Janet's in the bedroom because that's the coolest place, but
to all of you new humans, if you go to the left of your screen and sort of like hover there, you'll see a bunch of little icons, and one of them is blue and says Q&A. And if you click on it, then you can type us questions or comments or what have you, and we can see them and talk to you about any advice you might need or recipes you want to give us, or I don't know. We were talking about recipes before you got here, so. Danielle was telling me about her day, actually. You got to the part where you had eaten food, but.
And then dropped off Julia, and Nate and I went grocery shopping, and then we picked up Julia, and then we got back to my house, and Nate is reading, and Julia is, I think, practicing maybe, or stretching or something.
Nate, what are you reading?
It's called The Chalice and the Blade.
Sounds medieval.
Yeah, there's some medieval happenings in there. It's kind of a, see where you file it under. Boring.
Boring. Oh, yeah, I love that section.
Sex, role, history, social evolution, history,
Whoa.
patriarchy.
Sounds like a smart book.
Yeah, it's too smart for me right now.
Oh, I know what that's like.
I might take a nap.
Yeah.
Well, your setup is really designed for that kind of flexibility.
That's right. I love being videoed while napping as well.
So it was, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Yazi. Yazi. But it was Montreal for the book. And you cried while asking a question, and that is something that is to be commended. Do you know that the first time that Danielle and I ever did an event in real life, in person?
Ever did anything.
Ever. We were like, any questions? And it was like the first person, right, that like raised their hand.
The very first question we ever received at the very first event we ever did.
Burst into tears and asked a question through sobbing tears. And Danielle and I were like, okay, this is real. This is real life, and we can do it. And we did it. Do you have your Q&A app open, Danielle? Can you see the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know what you could see. Oh, I forgot I can select it.
You can select it?
Yeah, so that like if you view it back later, it shows the question.
Yeah, it's selected on mine too.
Yeah, I just selected that one. Tess, that's amazing. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh, I don't know if everyone in the Hangout knows this, but we found out like a few weeks ago that our book is being translated into Japanese.
Yeah. Right?
Isn't that bananas?
Yeah. So now we'll have English, Italian, and Japanese. 3 different.
I can't.
Also, when do we get to see the Italian version?
I don't know. It's supposed to come out like in September, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should email them about that, because I'm more excited about holding on to that book in a different language than I ever was holding on to it in English. It's like just nuts. Hey, Kay. Yassi. Thank you, Yassi, for helping me pronounce your name. Okay, I deleted them all. Now you have to talk to us. I mean, we can keep talking to each other.
Yeah,
Danielle?
I haven't heard what you've done today.
Yeah, I had a very long day because it's later here, so it's the end of the day.
Yeah.
And today I filmed an episode of First Person, but the episode was with Lauren of We Exist and of Parents Project Video fame. But the like core of the episode was running. Like Lauren has been working a bunch to try to get non-binary gender recognized in running. So we were like, cool, we'll like get together and we'll run. It'll be a great interview running. And today is like the hottest day of the summer so far. It's like in the 90s. So we got together at 8 in the morning and I had to get there at 7 in the morning. So I've been up since 6 and I did a lot of like half running in the park, but it was just very hot. So I'm very sleepy. And then I came home and I'm rereading To Kill a Mockingbird.
Cool.
I haven't read it since I was in high school. Have you reread it since you were an adult?
I've never read it.
Oh my God. So I think it's my favorite book. Like, I remember liking it when I was in high school, but it's very, very good. It's so good. You have to read it. I'm just going to keep sending you books. Okay.
I'm so far behind on my reading list.
Look at all these. Thank you, Suze, for the congratulations on our translations. That's a poem. Thanks, Amy. Hi, Faith. And yes, Yassi, it was an intense experience. I'm clearing them. So what do you guys want to know? Don't you want to know what our life is like? Or do you like need to know where to get your hair cut or anything? I mean, we can keep talking. I just feel like we're here for you. So
my suggestion for haircuts is to date someone who's good at cutting hair.
Okay, so we've cleared that one off.
Because then they do it. So. Oh, also I wanted to say, when I was at therapy yesterday, I was like looking at I think it was Time magazine maybe, that had something about a woman whose testosterone levels tested like too high to be running, but they went through a bunch of shit and now they're letting her run.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just like saw the headline, so I don't know really what it was, but I just thought of it because you said Lauren and then running. So
nice. Oh man, I'm gonna select this thing that I just peripherally read. I took your advice from the last Google Hangout about coming out to my longtime friend casually, and he's now one of my biggest supporters.
That's so sweet. It's not coming up as selected for me, and that's not fair because I'm in charge too.
It should be. Maybe it was just on a delay.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
The world. Wait, will you show everyone the lip sync you did earlier?
Yes. I haven't seen it yet. So we were like, oh, let's see how we can try to do a lip sync from 2 different places. And Danielle was like, well, we'll definitely be on a delay. And I was like, well, let's just try it because like maybe it won't be that bad. And so
I want you to first show them and then you can look at it. Unless you can watch it while you show them.
No, I guess this is hard. Okay, let's see here. How's that for visual?
Really good. Really good.
Okay, oh wait. And I think you should be, even though I have headphones on, you should be able to hear it, right? So.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I should do it.
No, because, well, you could. My mic is here.
Here, I'll do it.
Okay.
And then you can watch. That's way better.
Oh, yeah, right.
Is that good?
Yeah, I can see me. You almost hit it. You were so close.
Oh my God.
Oh, most of it was covered with the volume button. There we go.
Oh my God. It's like a 12-second delay.
It's like they finished saying my fire and then I said my fire. It's exactly like my fire, my fire. So that's what our lip sync would look like if we tried to do it at the same time.
Oh, Sonia's internet cut out. It's Japanese and Italian.
Thank you for the congratulations on the, okay, I selected it. Thank you, Kay, for the first person love. And yes, it is good that I went this afternoon because it was pouring just a minute ago. That would not have worked. Yeah, so we can't really we could do, here's the thing, it's really up to you. We could do a lip sync together, but I will be an entire stanza behind. So it's your request. We'll do whatever you want us to do. We can each do a phrase of a song on our own, or, you tell us. Also, Yassi just finished Mockingbird for the second time.
Nice.
What did you think for the second time? Because my mind is blown. I'm like, man, this is brilliant. Thank God they let me read it in high school. Sometimes I'm surprised by like what I actually did read in high school, like what the books are that were given, because I always assume that they're stupid, but they're not.
Did you ever read Inherit the Wind?
No.
Okay, this is just about like books on your reading list in 8th grade, but there was like a reading list that was super long, and it was like you could pick any book, any one you wanted to read. And I picked Inherit the Wind because it was this thick.
Mm-hmm.
It was really thin, and I was like, that's gonna be easy. Let me tell you what, it's about like a law case or something, some sort of lawsuit. I don't remember what it's about. It's very difficult to understand as a 12-year-old. Mind you all, I'm 1 year younger than most people in my grade because I was like moved ahead because I skipped kindergarten because I got my work done early and I talked too much. And they were like, well, here's the solution. Put her in a grade above so she won't know what she's doing. So I'm younger than everyone, and I'm reading some sort of book that I don't really know what it's. I'm going to look up what the book is about.
Legal.
About a legal thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, we were the same exact student in terms of what you just said. I never shut up. I talked all the time.
Oh my God. Listen to what it's about. In the 1920s, Tennessee school teacher Bertram Cates, first of all, I can't even pronounce the name, is put on trial for violating the Butler Act, a state law that prohibits public school teachers from teaching evolution instead of creationism. Let me tell you what 12-year-old did not understand that book. Me. Sounds cool though now.
You know what I've been doing? Kay, I'm glad you said something. Remember how I was like, every time I talk, I see my own face, and you were like, I selected the screen. Well, I selected the screen, and now no one has been seeing me the whole time, I think.
You? I've been looking at you the whole time.
You have. But yeah, wait. But I've had you selected the whole time. Yeah, they can only see you.
Oh, I can see you.
I think that's because you're different than them. Okay, well, now you can see me. Hi, everyone. I'm here. Hi. But I don't know how to, I guess I'll just manually flick us back and forth. I can't figure out how to make it go automatically to our voices again. Thank you, everyone, for letting me know that I had messed up the Google Hangout. I forgot that. That's how, like, when we did it with You Live, remember, they like would click on us so we couldn't see them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I'll try to click back and forth. I am just seeing the fart queen, says Brienne.
That's me.
That's you. There you are. Fart queen.
Fart queen.
Wow, it's amazing that everyone said that at the same time. It's like we've been on air for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wish that you could do the chat thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way, but let's see. Oh, maybe I did it. Talk.
Oh,
yeah. It works.
Someone else chat?
Now it's Kristen. I want everyone to know, not to use this for promotional purposes, but after we're done here tonight, Jenny of My Wife Variety is playing a stage it, and she's playing through her first album ever, Bat in the Hatches, and I'm like not lying at all. She was rehearsing it before, and I had to like almost cry about 4 times. So
oh, no.
I know.
Doing a bad job, or because the songs were good?
Yeah, because it was so awful. No, just because the songs are so good, and I haven't heard a lot of them in so long, and they're just like really beautiful and like super sad and slow and awesome. I don't know. So that's what I'm doing with the rest of my night. I'm very excited.
It's a good night. Are you going to be playing any Glockenspiel?
No, I'm not. I'm bowing out of this particular one.
Are you going to be playing banjo?
Thank you, Kay.
Are you going to be playing frisbee drum?
Well, now that you mention it, I hadn't thought about frisbee drum, but no, I feel like I think I can show you the setup. There's like 42 guitars at the ready. Do you see them all?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, and a banjo on the floor. They're all ready. They're all standing like little soldiers ready for the stage. Yeah, I'm just really excited about it. Like, I feel like I'm excited for a show tonight that isn't a person that I know, you know? I'm like,
Right.
I can't wait for it.
Well, because it's not what her normal show is. It is like a person you don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Did you ever see her play live before you guys? Oh, yeah, you did. Right. I remember. But pretend I didn't know because maybe everyone else wants to know.
Yeah, actually, we were talking about it earlier. Jenny was like, remember when we first met? Like, I was touring this album. Like, I was playing these songs. She didn't have any other albums when we first met. So, yeah, this was the album that I saw her play where I was like, I would like to make out with that girl. And
yeah, that's what I was trying to get to.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a lesson. Achieve your dreams, people.
Yep.
Yes, Clemens, you did it. You figured it out. You're using Q&A, and I can see your question. So now you can ask a question.
Everyone's going to Jenny's except for Kay. I'm sorry you have to miss it.
Sorry, Kay.
I feel like Kay did a good job of stocking up on past stages, though.
Yeah.
Would probably go through one beginning to end in your head, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. We have a couple of UK people in the room with us today. Also, okay, I have a question for you all, since you are the Patreon supporters who want to hang out with us in the room. I think we said we were going to do like 3, and I think we've done more, and I love doing them, and I think Danielle loves doing them too. Is that true?
Yes.
So I wonder, like, is there anything in particular you'd like us to do while we're hanging out with you? Like, we open it up to you to ask questions, but like, would you be more stoked if we had like topics of conversation, or if we had like games that we played or anything like that? Let us know in the Q&A app. And in the meantime, I'm going to go look at Patreon because we're picking a prize winner for July tonight.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what was going to happen while they were asking questions while they were answering a question because of the delay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, what do you think?
I know. And then 6 hours later. Okay, let's see who's eligible for the prize drawing. Is it everybody? It's randomly selected monthly winner is $5 patrons or more.
Sarah asked a question. Do you have any health or fitness tips? And I can start answering that while you're...
Yeah, let me select it for you. Here you go.
Oh, thank you very much.
You were so welcome. Yeah, go right ahead.
Oh, I was waiting for it to be selected, but sorry.
It is. It's just slow.
It will never be there. Oh, there it is. Great questions, Sarah. Here are my health and fitness tips. I want to say eating healthy is very difficult, and that it was a very slow process for me. But it's mostly about, like, this is how I used to eat all the time. It would be like cheesy eggs and 2 pieces of toast in the morning, and then like pizza for dinner pretty much all the time. Lots of bread, lots of cheese, lots of eggs were in my life. And all of them made me feel bad, and I had really bad skin, and I had really bad indigestion and like acid reflux, which is really terrible. And I was like, I'm going to stop eating dairy because it's bad for you. I'm going to stop eating eggs because hormones. And like, I don't want to be putting hormones in my body that shouldn't be there. So I stopped, and it was really, really hard at first, and I wasn't eating healthy at first. And then I read a book that was like, don't think of it as like taking stuff out of your diet, just put a lot of really good stuff in your diet. So if you're like, okay, my goal today is to eat 3 carrots, an apple, some celery and hummus, and like whatever. If you have like a goal of eating all these really good things, you just kind of stay full all day on the really healthy things. And then slowly but surely it helps your taste buds like reacclimate. So it's like you start and you're like, ugh, I'm eating a carrot because I want to be healthy. And then like a couple weeks go by and you're like, cool, I'll eat a carrot. That's all right. I mean, I guess I'd rather have a carrot than broccoli. Ooh, or maybe I'll have carrot and broccoli. And then soon you're like, I want a fucking carrot. If I don't get a carrot in the next hour, I'm going to kill someone. So it's like you kind of change the way that your body adapts to food, because we've all ruined our bodies. Let's be real. We were born and people gave us some Pop-Tarts and said good luck. And it's not really how you're supposed to eat. But it's like the way that Julia and I eat now, we eat mostly fruits and vegetables and, you know, beans and nuts and some fish. And then if we want to eat s'mores or we want to eat Doritos or we want to eat Reese's, we just do it. It's like, it doesn't you can treat yourself all the time. As long as like the majority of what you're eating is good, then you're totally fucking fine. And sometimes vegan pizza is way better than regular pizza anyway. And then you don't get heartburn. So those are my health tips. You want to do fitness tips?
Well, something's happened, so I'm seizing the moment. Trey would like to say hello. Hi.
Oh no.
He's feeling very well. I want to let you know. He was very sick, and now he's not sick. Well,
Is he so much better?
well, he like is still sick. So Trey has Trey has kidney failure, which like happens to
I want you to know you have the cat laying on your microphone.
Oh, well. Trey has kidney failure, and so he was like super sick, and we thought that we were not going to have much time together, and then now we give him IV fluids every 2 to 3 days. I'm going to take the fitness question off. And he's so much more hydrated, and so he's been doing a lot better. You can't cure it or fix the problem, but he's like full of lots of fluids, so he's like happy as can be. Bye.
Yeah, he looks just as mad and spunky as always.
Yeah, he's back to his old grumpy self. Yeah, I saw another question that I wanted to select.
Extensive
cool.
family.
Yeah.
You want to do that one since I just did the other one?
Sure. Let me see exactly what the question is. What are your thoughts on it coming out to extended family? My parents said they can do it for me, but on my terms. I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, so here's what I think. I think it's totally cool for your parents to do it for you if that's something that you're like comfortable with. I had my parents, like my mom told a lot of people for me because I have a pretty big family and I was not in a place where I wanted to have that conversation. I mean, in all honesty, I'm still not in a place where I want to have that conversation. It's like a weird thing. Unless you are like, I'm dating this person, here she is, then it's hard to kind of make it feel natural. So I think it's totally cool if you want your parents to do it. And I think that you can start small if you want to. It's just that if you start small, you have to kind of know that the people you're telling are trustworthy, that they're not going to go and tell a bunch of other people. So I would weigh it out. I think there's no shame at all in waiting if you're feeling uncomfortable. I think that if you want to hang tight until you're like cool with everyone knowing, then just hang tight until that happens, and then you can tell them or your parents can. But if you want to, like, if you have like an aunt that you're super close to, or like a couple of cousins that like you're really close to and you want them to know, don't worry about offending people. I think we get really caught up in like thinking, oh, well, what if they find out that like I told Tammy before I told Coach, you know? And so I think that it's fine. And I think that if anybody in your family is like, why did you tell this person and not tell me? Then you very firmly explain to them that like it was hard for you and that you've been doing the best that you can and it's a process. So I think that's my advice. Danielle, did I do a good job?
Yeah, you said pretty much everything I would have said. And then I would, there's a video that we did where we talk about this specifically. Like we answered a parent who was like, why didn't my son come out to me or something like that? Do you remember? It was forever ago. And we like talked to the person and we were like, this is how it happens. Do you know what video that is? Because I want to tell people, because that's like a really good video to be like, I can't explain exactly like why I didn't feel comfortable, but maybe this will help. I feel like it was a part of the You Live series.
Let's see. YouTube.com. I think our You Live series is on our Everyone is Gay YouTube channel. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. It's not ignoring, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't know. I can't tell just by looking at them. None of them like line up.
Well,
but I can send you the link to the whole playlist because they're all very helpful.
Yeah.
Where did let's see if I can use this other app. Showcase. I don't know what's going to happen. So I just,
Whoa. Have you seen us on the You Live website?
What? No.
It looks so cool. Hold on, I'll show you in the chat box.
I just showed everybody an item. I don't know what that means. Is it on your screens? Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's on mine.
All right, well. This is how a bunch of old people use Google Plus. 7 a.m. Okay, well, the YouLive site for me is taking 100,000 years to load, but it's getting there. Yes, that is my fitness tip, Amy, by the way, lifting cats. Do it a lot. Trey doesn't weigh very much, but ooh, here's a question from Clements. TV show question. Have you watched Sense8? And if so, did you like how they portrayed Nomi's character, transgender girl played by Jamie Clayton? Have you watched Sense8, Danielle?
I've never even heard of it.
It's a new Netflix show. Jenny and I have watched just a few episodes, so I feel like I don't really have a complete opinion on like Nomi's character because I haven't seen it like develop much yet. But I loved the introduction of her character, and I don't know, like, so Danielle and anyone else who hasn't watched Sense8, like, it isn't. This is how I feel. It wasn't presented like, here's Nomi, the transgender character. Like, it wasn't like no one talked about the fact that she was transgender until I think maybe an episode in or something like that. I felt like it was handled really well, and I feel like it was handled really realistically in the beginning. Just like, you know, she's a person and she's like with this woman, and it's about like their relationship and them as people, which I loved. And obviously, upon finding out that she is a trans woman, I was super stoked to know that that was a choice that they had made. So, yeah.
Wait, did everyone go into the show? Like, what do people go into the show thinking it's about?
I don't know. I think people go into the show totally confused because I remember seeing like an Autostraddle post when it first came out, and it was like the headline was something like Sense8, you won't know what it's about for 5 episodes or something. It's like it's kind of like a sci-fi show. It's like these 8 characters all across the world who are like connected by some mystical thing, and Daryl Hannah like gives metaphoric birth to them in the beginning.
Okay.
It's good. It's just that like Jenny and I are still in the place where we don't exactly know what it's about yet. So yeah, those are my thoughts, Clements. I hope that helps. Helps, by the way.
It reminds me of the time that I was about to watch Orphan Black, and all I knew about it was I thought the whole show was about a gay girl, because all I had ever heard about it was that like the lead in Orphan Black is bisexual.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew about it. And then it was about sci-fi. So
and Danielle was riveted,
but also livid, to stay in a slant rhyme, because I don't want the focus of the show to be on her sexuality when that's not what the show is about. Don't you think so many more people would watch the show if they were like, this is a show about clones and it seems very realistic and possible?
Yeah. You know what I just thought, which we never talked about when we talked about this, is that like, I wonder what it's like to know about Orphan Black if you're not in the orbit that we're in. Like, you know, the like Sense8 articles that I might see might be on like Nomi and the actress playing Nomi, because I follow, you know, Autostraddle and Glad and, you know, all of these sources that are going to like kind of highlight those things. And so I wonder like if we weren't giant gay wads, if like Orphan Black would have just been like, oh, there's this new sci-fi show, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's like, since the only reason I knew about it was because there was even a tiny bit of a gay thing on it, then it must be. I don't know. I would have never heard of the show if it weren't for the gay character.
Yeah.
I have not heard of Sense8. The only reason I've heard of Sense8 is because there's a trans character and somebody wanted to talk to us about it, you know?
Ah, yeah.
So.
I selected a question for us.
Okay.
I selected it a minute ago so that it would be up for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any advice on dealing with realizing your sexuality might not be as clearly as defined? Here's the thing. I feel like Kristen and I both have personal experiences with this question, because it's like the second you come out, you're pigeonholed into the type of person that people think you are. And it's not until like around now, if we're being honest, that people started using words like queer and genderqueer in a much more like, in a bigger way, in a way that's like in the mainstream, even in the tiniest bit, like those having the options on Facebook, which I know they're not there anymore, but like having options with actual words is like a thing that everyone saw. And that's like making it so that more people are like, oh wait, like what did I mean when I made a declaration about myself 10 years ago when I was 19 years old?
Totally.
What did I mean, you know? Because it's like I came out when I was 19 as bisexual, and then I was like, that doesn't feel right, so I guess I'll just go with lesbian, but like I hate the word lesbian, so I just go with gay. And like now I don't ever label myself. I don't, like if somebody asks me if I'm gay, then I'll like tell them that I don't label myself. But if they label me, I just like let them do it, because whatever you need to do to understand that like I prefer relationships with women, then fine. But like I think that you realizing your sexuality might not be as clearly defined as you thought it was is the coolest place you can possibly be. Because you're finally like getting to a place where you're like, oh, I don't have a structured way of thinking for the rest of my life that I have to stick to.
Totally. I agree 1,000,000%. I think you've like gotten to the next level. I don't know if you play video games, but you know, like Super Mario Brothers, when you just like, you get to level 6 and you're like, hell yeah, I did. I feel like that's where you've gotten to, you know, like you've trudged through like this place, and not to say that for everyone, like maybe for some people it is like very rigidly defined. Like, you know what you like, you know who you like, and that's it. You have a word for it. That word feels comfortable to you. But I think for a lot of us, that's not the case. And I think that we change a lot over time. I think that we change when we come to understand who we really are, but I also think that who we really are is always changing. So I think it's wonderful. And I don't think that you need to come out again. I mean, you can if that is important to you, but I agree with Danielle. I use the word queer because it's such like a large word that it feels comfortable to me, because I don't feel pigeonholed by it. Like it's like a marker that kind of says like what you expect of me might not be who I am. And so I like that. And then it's a word that I feel like I would never have to change. Like no matter who I'm dating, who I'm married to, who I'm attracted to, what I like to do, you know, any of that, like I feel like queer will always fit. And then you can have conversations with people who maybe you're dating, you know, a cis guy, or maybe you're dating a trans guy, and somebody is like, but Amy, I thought that you said that you were queer. And then you can be like, yes, let me just talk to you about the word queer and like what it means. It doesn't mean that I have to date like the same gender of person, or it doesn't mean that I like always have to have short hair, or it doesn't mean one thing. It's like a very fluid thing. So those are my thoughts.
It was really good. Very quick. It was like one very, very long sentence with a lot of commas.
Just how I write. Okay. We have a question from Meg Ebelt. What would be your advice if I was planning on launching my own queer show, podcast, website, something in Australia? Unsure of what I want to do, but I haven't seen anything similar to what you do in my country.
It's up on mine now.
Great. Do you want me to talk first?
Sure. Well, I could talk first since you just talked, if you're talked out.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I wanted to point to the only like big Australian thing that's queer that I know, which is Archer Magazine. We've had a couple of conversations with them, and they're really, really cool. And their magazine is beautiful. And the advice would be to just do it. Because I think if Kristen and I would have planned to do it and like taken a lot of steps to do it super correctly, we would have taken so much longer. And I think that like the idea of it being out there, the second that you like release a thing that is necessary to a community, people in the community want to help you, or they want to like use that resource, or they want to like give that resource to someone else in the community. So like just whatever it is that you want to do, just do the first one, and know that you can change how you do it 1,000 times before you figure out exactly what you want to do. So maybe it starts as a podcast and it turns into a website and then it's a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it's great that you don't know exactly what you want to do, because it allows you to evolve with the needs that you're seeing, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know. I think if I were coming to this having not had the experience we had with Everyone is Gay, I would be like, well, maybe figure out what you want to do and like kind of have like a plan and then follow that plan. But I don't really feel that way at all, especially with like in the time that we live in. Things are not as rigid, and there aren't such like strong boundaries around like what a business should look like, or what a podcast should sound like, or what a video should look like. It's like everything's changing, and most of the people who have always operated in the world where things are planned and structured are totally lost now, because they can't find the structure, because everybody's just like, the internet, we can have whatever we want all the time. So I agree with everything that Danielle is saying, and I think that I don't know. I think a big part of like having success with endeavors like this is self-confidence, which is a large like task to throw your way. But I know that our biggest successes have come when we haven't been afraid to ask for things, and we haven't been afraid to promote our work, because Danielle and I don't promote our work. We just can't stop talking about certain things that we're super passionate about. You know, I never thought that I would be a person who would be like, hey, it's really nice to meet you. Also, I wrote this book and I brought a copy for you and I think you should read it. But I believe in it so much that I don't feel like I'm selling something or that I'm trying to push a product. I feel like this is something that I know people need. So I'm going to tell you about it. And I'm not going to like badger you. I'm just going to tell you one time. I'm going to tell you what it means to me. I'm going to give you my card and then I'm going to move along. So don't be afraid to do that, because I think that it's really important.
I agree.
Also, you mentioned Archer, which this is not confirmed yet, but I know there are a couple of like New York-based people in the room, and the founder of Archer magazine, this Australian publication, is coming to the States and doing like a driving tour and doing some events, and one of them is going to be at Blue Stockings, and it's going to be on Thursday, August 13th, and I may be there talking on like a larger panel thing for it. I don't really know any of the details yet, but since we're talking about Archer, I just thought I would bookmark it for any of you New Yorkers who want to come in and say hi.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, this, I don't know. I don't have an answer for this question. Well, I have an answer, but it's not an answer for the question I just selected, which is, do you have any podcasts that you recommend? I've been loving Medium recently. Got anything, Danielle?
Oh, no, I don't listen to podcasts.
I know, me either. That was what my answer was, is I have like recommendations I can certainly give you on podcasts. But they're not because I listen to them. I'm really bad at listening to podcasts. Danielle and I listened to Serial while we were driving, and that I loved, but that I've learned as I've tried other podcasts is not really a podcast, because it's like action driven and like you're hearing interviews and there's a plot line and a mystery.
Yeah.
But a podcast that I know is amazing if you like podcasts is called The Gilmore Guys. And it's these two guys who they both love the Gilmore Girls, and one of them is like has seen the whole thing and is watching it again, and the other one has never seen it and is watching all the episodes for the first time. And it has like amazing press, and the guys are hilarious. And they, speaking of not having a plan, like they really don't have a plan, so they like think up segments while they're talking, and they like add them on as the show grows. So that's like a funny podcast.
Do you have to like the Gilmore Girls to appreciate it?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. I don't think you need to know much about the Gilmore Girls, but I don't know, because I lasted 10 minutes and then Jenny was like, but can't we keep listening? It's so good. And I was like, I can't. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't listen to people talk.
I really enjoy podcasts. I just don't have any time that I'm like sitting around and doing nothing. And if I'm doing something while I'm listening to a podcast, then I'm not listening to it. Like I have to be focused. It's the same way with TV. Like I'm not the kind of person that puts on a show and like walks around. Like I have to be like really focused on it. So I just like don't watch TV and don't listen to podcasts But this is exciting. Next week, my podcast, Couple of Questions, where my friend Claire and I interview couples, is gonna premiere. I don't know what you call it. And also, we interview couples and we ask them really tough questions like, how do you get over fights and what have you learned from each other and that kind of cool stuff. And also, love of my life, Julia Nunes, has a podcast called That Was Us, where the person that she's interviewing brings in something that they wrote when they were younger and they read it out loud. and then the two of them like talk about what kind of person they become and blah, blah, blah. They're both podcasts are really good, and we're on the same network, and the whole network is premiering next week. And so that'll be cool. And you can listen to all of those podcasts.
That sounds awesome. I'm learning this along with the rest of the crew. And I have to say, I liked a couple of questions. So I guess I do like podcasts, but I'm very picky. Because I loved listening to a couple of questions.
Yeah. Also, the first episode, if you guys pay attention close enough to know any of our musician friends, Allison Weiss and her fiance now, Joanna Catcher, who's also a really wonderful musical producer. They're our first couple, so get ready.
Okay, so now we only have like 5 minutes left, and of course now we have 3 questions. So let's do rapid fire. I'm gonna click one from Suze, and you can answer this one, and then I'll do one, and then you can do a third one.
Okay.
Okay, Suze is my parents are accepting, but my mom uses a weird tone when she talks about queer things. Any suggestions on how to talk to her about not saying lesbian like she's whispering about a bad secret? I love that question.
I mean, I would say, hey, Mom, can you stop saying lesbian like you're whispering about a bad secret? Because here's the thing, is that is going to make everyone else uncomfortable. The way that she addresses it is going to inform how everyone else feels about it.
Yeah. Also, I just want you to know, Suze, I've copied your question into an email because I want to answer it on Everyone is Gay.
Yeah.
It's such a good question because, parents, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I'm not supposed to answer, but I'm so moved by this question.
It's hard to answer these quickly.
Yeah. But also, yeah, just like you can be gentle about it. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't realize she's doing it. It's probably like a thing that she's just like not comfortable with yet. So maybe approach it sensitively. Like, I've noticed this thing and I want to work on it with you. Like, I'll wink at you when you do it, or I'll nudge you, or I'll talk to you afterwards, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. Sorry that we're answering you in the quick part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Tess C is confused about how they express. Sometimes I feel really femme, but other times I don't. And then sometimes I worry about looking too gay. But then sometimes I feel like I don't look gay enough. It's just weird. Okay, so here's the thing. I think that this ties back to the answer that we had before, where you have to like pick a thing and then be that thing forever. We probably were meaning it like, you know, in a couple of years you might feel differently, but it can also be like in a couple of days, especially with presentation and how we express ourselves. So I wouldn't limit yourself, and I wouldn't like feel like you have to choose like, well, I'm going to look really femme, or I really want to look gay. It's like for the most part, like I present fairly femme, but I have days where like I do not want to dress like that at all. Like I want to wear like shorts and a vest and like, you know what I mean? And like pull my hair back and look that particular way. I want to be comfortable, or I want to feel, I don't know. I just want to feel different. And I think that that's totally normal. And I think that it isn't weird, and that you should just dress how you want to dress every day. And it does not have to be the same. I actually think it's really awesome when it's not the same.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's better. Are you clicking one for me, or am I supposed to?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Amy W is who I clicked.
What for you in a few months? She only just started referring to it as a wedding instead of the party. That's not a question.
Oh, sorry, but it's great.
Parents a long time.
Okay, so Yasi is the last question, and Yasi it's a 2-part question. So Danielle, I selected it. The first part of it, and then the second part of it is below, but you can read pieces of it if you want, because I think sometimes I guess nobody's watching this back, so never mind.
Okay, so basically you have friends who want to know about the LGBTQ, etc. community, but you don't feel confident in talking about it, which I think is a problem a lot of people face, struggle more. But I think it's cool to be like, this is what I know, and then be like, actually, I don't know. Can I look it up? Or do you want to look it up with me? Or can we watch this video together? Or if they're just like asking you a bunch of questions and you don't know, you can totally be like, can I send you an email with like a bunch of resources? Because I don't feel like I know enough about it. Because I think it also makes people more comfortable when you don't know all the answers right away, because nobody knows all the answers. So just being like, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I believe in equality, and I wish that I knew literally everything, but I don't. And I'm more than happy to look it up.
Yeah, and you can say like, thank you for asking, because now we can both learn.
Yeah, totally.
You know. Okay, so Danielle, we haven't seen Janet, so that's something that I feel we should. We're about to say goodbye.
Talk about something while I go and try to find her.
Oh my gosh, Sonia, thank you so much. I was gonna pick a winner for July, and I did pick a winner. I picked. I didn't pick. I like went to the list of the $5 and above donors and sort of like did one of these, and until I landed on a human. And the first name that I saw was Brienne. Brienne, Brienne, who's I think in the room. Let me see what your last name is. If I still have it up. Brienne. Where are you, Brienne? Brienne Harris is who I picked as a winner. And when Danielle gets back with Janet, is Danielle back with Janet? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go get the prize that you'll get, Brienne, and holler at us if you're in here, and I'll tell you how to contact us for the rest. I'll be right back. Janet, say stuff. What's Janet talking about?
She hasn't said a single thing.
Oh my God, wait. Say something again. Danielle, talk for a second so I can get a screen grab of her with Fart Queen.
Something again. Janet?
Great. Okay, Brienne, this is what you're getting. Our new Everyone is Gay t-shirt. It's so soft and awesome. And you can email us at info@everyoneisgay.com and we'll get your size. And we actually, not up in the store yet, we have little buttons that are the same. They're white buttons with the circle. So I'll send you one of those too. And yeah, it's totally rad. Danielle, you need to have one of these. You're going to love this shirt.
No, it is good.
It's a good shirt. It's a good shirt. So congratulations, Brienne, on your win. And thanks everybody for being here. Hopefully we'll see you all. And Sonia, thank you for helping me remember to pick a winner. We'll see you all soon. And I'll see some of you in like a minute at Jenny's Stage It. So
Cool. Bye, everyone.
bye. Thank you for supporting us.